Kalatvlive machiegni pacho ma e odwa.
Machiegni pacho ma e odwa weche manyien mago mag ng'end weche biro ne gi kinde ni nyinga Nelly Achieng Ndine jaloko mara Bella Achieng. Wayudo kanyo ni mana ka odong' ndalo machuok to jatend piny Kenya William Ruto biro bedo katimo limbe gwenge ma Murang'a mano tarehe 24 mano tich abich. Jotelo mago mabende wuok e gwenge go otelo ne oganda makono kendo gikwayo gi mar mondo mi gibi girwak gimora malich miwuoro jatend piny Kenya e gwenge go. Ne giwacho ni gisebedo ka giyudo ber mathoth kawuok kuom piny owacho mano mar UDA. Kane otel negi kod jatend migao Alice Wahome ne giwacho kata ne olero kanyo ni nitiere chenro mago mopogore opogore mag dongruok ma bende jatend piny Kenya biro bedo ka chuoyo wang'e kaachiel kod yawayanga ka bende ne oyango ni obiro yawayanga utego mago ma bende nengo gi ogore piny kaachiel kod yawo chiro mano manyasani mano ma bende omuonyo omenda ma bende romo bilion 27.
Tukijenga soko, wakina mama wanajua walikubaliana na rais ya kwamba tutakuwa tunafanyia kazi pahali mzuri. Nyumba ambaye ni za affordable housing, wachana na porojo, nyumba tunajenga na tutamaliza za hapa Kiharu, Kangima, Kandara, Madhioya, kule Gatanga na Maragwa. Kazi kwa hakika inaendelea. Timu yote mnaona kutoka beti ni simu moja ama bili, hata Karondo, PS, mimi simu moja tu unaongea na rais. Kwa hivyo hakuna kazi itahasaurika. Hata wakati huu ambaye kuna kashida hapo kati ya mjumbe wenu na rais sijui na pengine serikali, na unajua ni rafiki yangu, nyinyi msiwe na wasiwasi. Rais anauliza kazi ya kila constituency. Watu wanasema rais ni wetu, kila mtu rais ni wetu. Wangapi wanasema rais ni wetu sisi wote? Wangapi wanasema kazi imefanyika na rais ni tutam?
Kopogre gi mano wayudo kanyo ni jatenda duond bura mano mar DCP Rigathi Gachagua okone nitiere maling'ling mano mabende piny owacho mano mamalo chano timo mar rocho chenro no mano mar ndiko jogo mabende luto ombulu mindiko manyien kod duol mar IEBC moloyo to kuondego kata gwengego mano ma kwetha ma obalo kod piny owacho nitiere koda mbi. Ne oloso e sach nyasi mano mar yango jachung' lemo mar gavana kod otiko mar DCP mano Mwaura kata John Mwaura kama bende Rigathi ne ojiwo rowere mago mag jenzi mondo mi giwuog oko gindikre kaka joluto ombulu.
As we go towards the general election, William Ruto and his people, sensing defeat, have decided to have selective issuance of IDs. Areas perceived to be against William Ruto, our young people are being denied IDs. In Nakuru, communities that support William Ruto are being issued IDs within 2 or 3 days, and chiefs from those communities are collecting the IDs and taking them home to the young people. Communities perceived to be against William Ruto are taking between 3 to 4 months for their IDs to be processed. We want to call on William Ruto and the government to stop selective issuance of IDs. They should stop discrimination. All Kenyan children deserve IDs, whether they support or oppose William Ruto. And we are putting the Registrar of Persons on notice. If this discrimination does not stop, we shall request our young people, the Gen Zs, to occupy the registration centers, the Huduma centers, and your offices in Nairobi. I want to take this opportunity to appeal to our young people, the Gen Zs. The people of Kenya are looking upon you to liberate this country because you are fearless and you are tribeless, and you cannot be manipulated and bribed with money by William Ruto. I want to ask the Gen Zs, my sons and daughters, my grandchildren, Kenya, our motherland, looks upon you to save this country. You are the only vote that we know that cannot be compromised. I want to commend you for what you have done so far, creating awareness among the people of Kenya through the smartphone. But I want to appeal to you, my children, that the real transformation of this country will take place on the ballot box. And the tools of change that you need is the ID and the vote. I want to ask all the Gen Zs in the remaining 9 days to come out in millions and register as voters so that next year you can lead all of us because we trust you. We believe in you. You cannot be compromised. You are steadfast. You lead us into getting the real transformation of the Republic of Kenya by making William Ruto one term and getting new leadership in this country.
Weche mamoko wayudo kanyo ni kamiti e od bura mamalo mano mabende rango kaka irito bunge pacho kae ka otelnegi kod jo od bura mano ma Baringo South mano migosi Charles Kamoren ne ochopo e kaunti mano ma Kisumu kae kama bende ne gikawo pach jopiny e wi loso chike mago mabende biro bedo ka bero yuto mago mag bunge e pacho kae.
The bill that we were amending and people were contributing was a bill concerning with the forestry conservation and management bill of 2025. This bill is so necessary at this time because of the new dynamics as a result of climate change. This bill is coming to assist in regulation, in formation of different bodies within the forestry over the management so that we can enhance revenue collection, we can enhance forestry coverage of 30% as by the international standards, also the 15 billion trees.
Kathambi Chepkonye, Member of Parliament, Joro constituency, Nakuru County. In this bill, we are coming up with an academy where our officers are going to be trained because this is purely a very special case. And also on these matters, we are coming also with a new office which is going to do purely regulations, the Office of Director of Forest Regulations. We would also like to encourage each one of us, we must take an action so that we can make this country better for all of us. And actually, let us all of us plant trees. Let us support His Excellency the President on the concept of the 15 billion trees.
Keme, County MP Kericho, to add by saying that plantations will be very, very important, and anybody who will do it as a business will actually get something out of it. And so to add is to say that we also have women, we have people living with disability. From the participation here, they have to be included in the management of the forest. And maybe to also add is to say that forest is key, and whatever we do, we'll have to add to the 15 billion trees, and we want to have Kenya known in the world that it is actually doing much of environmental conservation and management.
Ogai mano mar duond bura mar siasa mar Jubilee Fred Matiang'i owuok oko kendo jiwo rowere mondo migi wuog oko kendo gindikre kaka joluto ombulu wirani piny Kenya sani to koro nitiere lwetgi. Noloso e gwengego mago ma Kerugoya kama bende ne olero ne rowere ni nitiere ber mano mar yiero jotelogo makare.
Please, we should all thank the Lord for being born and being present in Kenya. This is one of our great countries on earth. The Lord has blessed us with a wonderful country. There's nothing wrong with our country. It's the mistakes that we have made sometimes in the management of our nation, which all of us seek to correct humbly and genuinely to ensure that we can be better and we can have a better day tomorrow than we have today. And you young people have a greater responsibility in this, because if age is anything to go by, many of you will outlive the people seated on this side of the sanctuary. And therefore you have a greater responsibility to do more and exert yourselves more in the journey and in the path of making Kenya a greater country than it is today. You have taught us many things. From the happenings of the 25th of June 2024, you've taught us that it's possible to live in this country tribelessly, that it's possible to live in this country focusing on the things that need to be done. And that's why I am so grateful to see so many young people volunteering themselves and stepping into the responsibilities of leadership. I want to encourage you young people. Let us now occupy leadership. Let's not just talk about occupying the spaces we have been occupying. The 2027 general election should be about young people occupying leadership at all cadres, so that you make the changes that you desire and the changes you would like to see in your country. I love the drive that even the church is supporting of objective, peaceful, inclusive conversation on the future of our country. Please, young people, you are more than those of us who cannot be described as young, which means take charge, take control. If politics is a game of numbers, please take charge of that game as young people. And take it so seriously that you do not allow people who do not make sense to you or who do not offer credible proposals on how our country should go forward to have an opportunity to occupy positions of leadership. The debate now is about the future of our country. So we urge you, I would like to urge you, to boldly and courageously move forward and make your contribution to the welfare, the betterment of our country.
Jalop County, kata Jalop Governor County, Manoma Kakamega Ayub Savula, Okoko kendo chayo weche moko mabende ne owachi kod Governor Manoma County Masia James Orengo mabende ne ojiwo rowere mondo mi owuog kar rombgi kendo gi ng'anya odiochieng' mano makiny ka gisundo piny owacho odwok piny bei mano mar ngima kaachiel kod modhi ma oidho e pacho kae. Ne oloso Navahola kocha ka okwayo rowere ni kik giyie mondo mi oti kodgi marach.
Maneno ya kupigana na serikali vijana, please tuachane nayo. Naona Orengo jana yuko Nakuru kule anaambia vijana mjitayarishe kesho muende maandamano Nairobi. Huyo Orengo anasema lazima tu eject President Ruto kutoka ofisi. Uta eject President Ruto na maandamano kweli kwa street? You can only vote out a president through the ballot. So Orengo, don't incite youth waende violence. Ukitaka kuincite youth, chukua watoto wako peleka kwa hiyo demonstration. Wacha watoto wa watu. Hawa watoto wa watu ukipigwa risasi wewe Orengo utakaramia. So vijana naomba msisikie wanasiasa kama hao. Orengo, you are a governor, you have a government, don't mislead the youth. Wewe unapata mshahara kwa serikali. Huyu kijana unataka aende demonstration, utamlipa? Yeye anapata mshahara kwa serikali. Yeye ana gari ya serikali. Bibi yake anapata mshahara kwa serikali. Anaambia vijana aenda demonstration. Vijana nawahimiza msimame na William Ruto, kazi isonge mbele. Kama ni issue ya mafuta, tumwambia William Ruto toa VAT from 16 mpaka 8. Na sababu tunajali maisha ya hawa watu wa chini. Ndio hivyo.
Moko kuom kwetha mago mabende obalo koda piny owacho oko kendo gikwayo rowere mar mondo mi gibuona ng'anyo mano mabende ne oluongi odiochieng' mano makinya mar kwedo piny owacho ewi nengo mano mamalo mar ngima e pacho kae. Giwacho kanyo ni piny owacho mamalo nitiere kod chenro mano makare mano mabende giseketo mabiro neno ni nengo mano mar ngima odok piny.
Tusichukue vitu ndogo ndogo, makosa ambayo si yetu sisi kama serikali, si yetu sisi kama viongozi, tunaitumia kwa wananchi kuhakikisha kuweza kuleta kasia, kuweza kuweka vijana wetu kwa barabara. Mimi nataka kukemea wale wanapanga maandamano. Maandamano saa hii haitasaidia, haitarudisha bei ya mafuta chini, haitarudisha bei ya maisha chini. Kitu itarudisha bei ya maisha chini ni tukiungana, tupate suluhu ya kuhakikisha kwamba kule vita zimetokea kule Middle East kama dunia, tutafanyaje ndio zisiendelee, tuendelee kupata mafuta yetu kama kawaida.
Kuhimiza vijana wetu wapuuzilie mbali wale wachochezi ambao tunawajua. Wale wachochezi ambao badala ya kusaidia vijana kazi yao ni kuwatumia kama goons. Wale ambao badala ya kusaidia vijana kama vile sisi tumekuja hapa kujumuika na vijana kwa michezo, kazi yao ni kuwapeleka barabarani, kuwapatia mihadarati na kuwapatia bangi. Sisi tunawaomba vijana wetu wawapuuze. Siku ya Jumanne watu waende kazini kama kawaida. Pia tunahamasisha Wakenya washike kura kwa wingi hapa Kakamega. Hao vijana wote ambao wako hapa, Mheshimiwa Shinali pamoja na mimi, tumehakikisha ya kwamba wale wa kuregister kura wamefika hapa. Maafisa wanaidhinisha wale vijana ambao wanafaa kushika kura, na tukitoka hapa mimi pamoja na Mheshimiwa Shinali pia tunaenda pale Shinyalu katika sehemu ya Khaega na Sigalagala, tuhakikisha tunaendeleza ili zoezi la uandishi wa wapiga kura wapya katika orodha.
Egwenge ma Migori kocha ni jodaka mago mabende wuok egwenge mopogore county ma Migori kono sani tokoro chayo malich miwuoro pogruok wi wechego mago mag siasa magisebedo ka gineno e kind jotelo mago ma oyiere county ma Migori kono. Giwacho ni pogruok maket koda mano ok en mano mabende nyiso chia mano mar telo makare. Bende ne gijiwo jotelo go mondo migie sani giket maino e wechego mago mag chopo kare moko kuom singo mane gisingo ne jodak ma Migori.
In Migori County does not in any way reflect what the public stand for. This 1 year remaining, let's give each and every elected leader space to work. As citizens, we shall judge them properly. Senate is a national entity, but they oversight the counties. If there is anything that maybe the county in one way or the other has done something that is not in order, the Senate should address it in a way that does not bring commotion, because you must have documentary evidence.
Case in point, when you mention like some amount to the tune of 70 million getting lost, you can really arouse emotions of wananchi, and they can erroneously go for a leader's neck when the information later on is realized was not true. So even if we are interested in seats, we need to do it with a lot of due diligence. If Senator is interested in vying for governorship and is looking for a springboard, it is okay, it is democratic right, but it needs to be done in a manner that is in consultation with the members and in line with our constitution.
Governor na Senate, kitu ambayo ungefanya, waache mambo ya chuki. Mambo mengi, umbano nyingi aachane naye. Senator angeacha matarau kwa governor. Tulete maendeleo.
The senator is trying to be at loggerhead with our honorable governor for unknown reasons. But we are requesting as people who need development, people who are following the wings and the development processes of our governor, are requesting the Honorable Eddie as the senator to desist from the kind of challenges that he's been giving the government, not giving him total freedom to serve the country plus the people who elected him.
Mvutano wao kati ya watu hao wawili haisaidii wananchi, kwa sababu wananchi waliwachagua wakiwa na imani kwamba watawafanyia kazi ambayo inafaa kufanya. Sasa wakifikia tu wanavutana mambo yao binafsi, hiyo haitusaidii, na ndio maana inatuletea changamoto.
Tena tunaomba gavana wetu, tunakupenda sana na tunajua kazi yenye unafanya. Tafadhali usiweke masikio yako kwa yale Eddie anasema. Fanya kazi, weka ECD kila mahali, tengeneza barabara. Ye wacha aongee.
Governor anafanyia wananchi kazi. Na senator ndio hatujui yale maneno anahitaji ifanyike.
Yena mondo miaga muya to kata kapok agamo muya moko kuom jogo matudore koda e yor Facebook page marwa. Aneno kanyo Jamta wuod Awasi kawacho ni oneno news maler sana ka wuok Awasi boda. Erokamano ahinya. Ochieng Peter Omino wacho ni weche manyien chopo ne yono makare e dala mar Game kanyo ka weche mago mag siasa owacho ni tek tweta en oneno mana gi wang'e mos. Erokamano ahinya kuom oteno. Jack Jawarinda bende wacho ni weche manyien chopo ne achiel kachiel. Idhi nyime cholna otego abiro bedo ka yango gi bang' thuolo machoka do kod weche mago mamoko.
Be in jalno mamanyo gige gedo motegno, mabeyo, mabudho, kendo ma opodhi? Chom mana go Mikos Company Limited man kod mwandu mag gedo kama oting'o renge kaka Crown, Basco, Duracot kod Sadolin. Bende wan kod renge mag exterior kod interior makoth okethi, roof coatings kod wood finishes. Wanyalo kelo ni simiti modhuro kata mathoth ka idwaro. Masonry, reinforcement materials, gi professional project support and consultancy. Wayudore opposite Regnal Petrol Nyamasaria, machiegni kod County Concrete. Tudri kodwa e namba simu magin 07 14 49 5 auchiel 0714 495674 kata 07 28 auchiel 38 55 0728663855. Gomikos Company Limited, your trusted building partner.
Komuch to wan kore duoko mag tuke mopogore opogore, jotugo motimogi, kuonde mag timogie, to gin tuke mage mabiro. Mano emomiyo wan ka e chenro mar chal pewe. Tudri kodwa wuok tich nyaka tich abich saa 11 mar midhiambo nyaka saa 12 mar midhiambo, kama wanyise motimore e pewe duto mana e Kala TV.
Machiegni kendo wadhi nyime. Yangore kanyo ni maloyo masiche 400 osetimore e nam lolwe e bwo higni 10 mago mosekalo. Thoe mago mabende romo 296 bende osene e nam lolwe ka bende mathoth kod thoe makamagi osekel kod rem mano mar luwo chike ma oketi kod Kenya Maritime Authority. Kalore kod apisa maka KMA Oliver Maina okoni thoe mago mabende romo 420 ne otimore e kind higa 2015 2025. Ne owacho wechegi e kindego mabende ne ochiwo lipot e gwenge mago mabondo, kama bende omedo ni thoth thoe mabende osene e nam lolwego ne inyalo geng'a ka oganda ne oluwo chike mago matindo tindo kanyo ma oting'o kod tiyo kod life jackets e kindego magintiere e nam lolwe.
My name is Oliver Maina from the Department of Maritime Safety at Kenya Maritime Authority. I'll give a very brief overview of the project itself. The project is called the Kenya Lake Victoria Maritime Communications and Transport Project. It was first conceived in 2014 by the 3 East African countries, Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda. However, the project faced some structural difficulties in its implementation, leading Kenya to decide to implement the project as a national project by the Kenya Maritime Authority. Initially, the project was costed at 600 million shillings. But then, because we have our own unique challenges in Kenya, the Kenya Maritime Authority decided to use the project to address the many issues that prevail in the waters here in Lake Victoria. We are using this project to address the very many issues pertaining to the the operations of vessels. And the issues, if I could name some of them, are 1, substandard vessels, 2, uncertified coxswains, 3, overloading of cargo and carrying excess passengers. All right, and then we have so many accidents, like in our statistics, we recorded about 420 accidents, leading to 269 fatalities over a period of 10 years between 2025 and 2015. So that's quite a high number, because we have 420 accidents leading to 269 fatalities. So the severity of it, you can see every accident potentially leads to 2 fatalities. And out of that data as well, we are using this project to address the very many issues pertaining to the operations of vessels. And the issues, if I could name some of them, are 1, substandard vessels, 2, uncertified coxswains, 3, overloading of cargo and carrying excess passengers. All right, and then we have so many accidents, like in our statistics, we recorded about 420 accidents, leading to 269 fatalities over a period of 10 years between 2025 and 2015. So that's quite a high number, because we have 420 accidents leading to 269 fatalities. So the severity of it, you can see every accident potentially leads to 2 fatalities. And out of that data as well, we found out that most of the deaths are caused by drowning deaths. And drowning deaths, like we keep on saying, are preventable by simply wearing what? A life jacket. All right? But now there are problems, root causes of these problems. One is the high cost of complying with the regulations or with the standards. Another one is the low household incomes, where the risk perception is quite low, because every income that comes in is divided amongst the needs of that household, so that very few households prioritize the safety. Now, within this program, we have several initiatives. The first initiative
Ina mondo mi ayenge gikanyo kata kamana biro wei kod sigana ka mano mabende biro bedo ka dhinyime mi weche kata yango ni mathoth. Wayudo kanyo ni tuo mano mar adundo kata romantic heart disease en tuo mabende thoth oganda pok ong'eyo ni mar gigwenye kata gitude kod tuo mano mar TB. Laktar Morina Muramba yango mathoth ewi tuoni kendo ofuono gima tuoni en kindo ganda mago mopogore opogore. Gekanyo bende madikele giko mano mar mi weche manyien mago mag ng'end weche otieno makama ibedo kod otieno majaber. Nyinga Nelly Achieng' Ndine jaloko mara Bella Achieng'.
Tuo mar rheumatic heart disease kata tuo mar adundo thoth oganda odakgo, kata kamano pok gifwenyo kaka tuo ni chandogi. Atamalo maduong' mag oganda matho kotenore koda ka tuo makama gino mabende ok gikawo okang' mar yudo thieth mapiyo kaka nyalore. Tuo mar adundo ni eki thothne jakethga odundugo mag remo. Kalatvlive oyudo thuolo mar goyo mbaka koda ka jalony e wechego mag chiwo thieth ka otenore koda ka tuo mar heart disease ni eki. Gino mabende Dr. Morina Muramba lero achiedh nade makama.
Rheumatic heart disease is one of the commonest heart condition affecting the young ones. It's so common between the age of 5 up to adolescence, but to some extent, its diagnosis sometimes comes later, maybe in 20 years, in 20s, or even as late as 30s or 40s. So it depends with at what time has it been diagnosed. Also, it's still a burden in our country. I think because of it's less talked about. If you have like
Dr. Morina Muramba bende lero ranyisi mar tuo ni eki.
Pains, and it is not it's not a single joint That's now the difference. It's just that most parents assume that when a child complains of a knee pain tomorrow, an ankle pain next week, another pain, most of the time we assume that maybe amecheza akaumia. But when we are keen enough, you'll find that at one particular point, this child complained that they are having joint pains, which was not specific to one point. Is inefficient because the valves are like doors. So when it doesn't allow that blood to pass, and the ones that has passed also come back, someone start feeling now issues like you feel your heartbeat. Several kids will tell their parents that they can literally feel their heartbeat. It is not a common thing for a child to tell you, anasikia moyo ikidunda. Then there's a child that if you send somewhere, they will not run. They will not play like any other kids. They will be becoming very exhausted very easily. And again, there's a child that will be coughing almost every now and then. Every now and then akona homa anakohoa sana. Alafu sleeping, lying flat will start becoming an issue.
Lero gino mabende nyalo nyayo tuo makama e kind oganda.
Heart disease, one of the predisposing factor or one of the risk factor is low socioeconomic state. If you have children where they live in mostly in slums or of low socioeconomic status, they are more likely and more prone to get rheumatic heart disease as opposed to any other heart condition. So the most challenging part is most people present late in when now it has affected the heart. Among the people who present late, again, there is very limited diagnostic equipment in the rural, and the little equipments that we have in rural setups are also not so much that affordable. So you find that it's not an easy thing that we'll do. It's not like some other conditions that are easily diagnosed and the management is easily available. In managing rheumatic heart disease, when it has caused, you see, rheumatic heart disease is a disease of the valves. It affects, when now it has reached the heart, it affects the valves. The valves are the apparatus in the heart that opens and closes. The main function of a valve is to prevent a backflow. The heart is to prevent that when blood leaves one chamber, it doesn't come back. And also it should leave with a lot of ease. When your heart pumps, the valves should open widely so that the blood passes with a lot of ease. So that's what rheumatic heart disease affects. It affects the valve. In the early stages, it will make the valves not close well. It will thicken those valves, having a lock which has rust. So opening it becomes very difficult.
Yvonne Violet lero kaka osebedo koda ka tuo makama gino mabende oseduoko ngimane chien maliche mokalo.
Osebedo gi tuo kochakore 2021 emane tuo no chakore. Osetuoya, asebet kadhi kata osiptal to pesa kata mar yath ni malo ma ok anyal nyalo. Dawa be madak godo, dawa ok nyalo gimoro amora. Oonge tich, oonge ohala moloko, odhi mana e puodho matindo tindo. Sani be oseti, kata puodho ok onyal dhiye. Koro en aena dala ka en mana kwecho, okwayo kaka dhi osiptal, okwayo kaka chiemo, to ok onyal nyalo te. Koro yath ok anyal muonyo malong'o, pesa mar yath onge.
Bende koro to wuok oko ka okwayo jotelo mopogore opogore e kaunti ni eki ma Migori mondo koro to wuog oko mar sire ni mar omenda mathoth idwaro mondo koro to timne bero ne tuo makama.
Dwarore en 848,000. Bet piny yare 2021. Nyathi bende an go ma ja higa 3. Onge kaka nyathi nyalo dhi sikul, onge kaka nyathina ni nyalo chiemo nikech atuo to da bende ok nyal. Koro akwaya ng'ama nyalo konya mondo konya ayud kaka anyalo thiedhora mondo chieng' ayud kaka anyalo konyora gi nyathinani. Sana sana jotelo ma kaunti wa ma Migori, Dr. Ochilo Ayako, mbunge wa Peter Masara, women rep wa Fatuma Mohamed gi Senator Eddie Okech. Akwaya mondo ubi ukonya. Ok anyal nyalo ka en kenda.
Ne kalatvlive kowuok e kar chuod bura ma Suna West, kaunti ma Migori, nyinga Gor Kolin.